Welcome to Triple Fist Bump, the premier gaming podcast where you can listen to opinions across generations. I'm the Kid Dream, joined by my two co-hosts, Chris,
the Loathsome Dung-Eater. What's it? Finish it. And Osiris,
the all-knowing.
You don't remember his actual name?
I don't know. I forgot if it was Gadwick or Godwin or it's like three dudes with G's in their names.
I thought you were saying that because
really? I thought it started with an O.
I thought you were saying that because your name is Osiris.
Yeah, I thought it was like Oric or something.
And I thought you were like taking his name and using it for Osiris.
Osiris was becoming the all-knowing.
Yeah. Hey, I mean, he is the progenitor god of, the Egyptian faith, so. Yeah.
I like how that dude was whispering so quietly when the game first started, so anyone who was playing it will rightfully turn up the volume, and then he just starts screaming. Just screaming through your speakers.
See, it was a G. Gideon.
Gideon?
Yeah, it's Gideon Offner, so we were both right. It was an O in it, but it's also
they said his whole name?
Yeah, Sir Gideon Offner, the all-knowing.
The Loathsome Dung-Eater didn't have
Rise now, ye tarnished.
Ye tarnished.
You dead.
I just want to know, how did you become a legendary dude named the Dung-Eater?
They didn't even say his name. He's just the Loathsome Dung-Eater.
Dung-Eater, dude, that's disrespectful, is it? What? Come on. Does he actually eat dung?
So I started the Elden Ring.
Yes. Tell us of your journey, ye tarnished.
Oh, just straight to I wasn't ready for that. Okay.
Let me guess. Tree Sentinel dead.
I mean, we'll get to dying to the Tree Sentinel in time.
See, I was right.
Everyone has to try the Tree Sentinel at least once.
He's right there.
They strategically place him so that you see him right as you rest at that site of grace.
Mm-hmm. And you're like, I could probably take him. He's just a dude on the world. Surely there's not such a thing as...
Anyone in their right mind who looked at him should not think they could beat him.
But no one's in their right mind if they're playing this game in the first place.
Exactly.
It is a Souls-like game.
We are tarnished.
I started up the game. It gives you this weird character select screen that, those profile pictures were just weird to me. But
yeah, it looks super awkward. It looked like a PS2 game. I was like, what am I looking at?
But they use scroll past that and you get into the actual character creator. Yeah, so I chose a prophet because it just looked cool to me. And I like his story about giving terrible predictions to everyone. So much so that they just got imprisoned.
Yeah, just like you're walking around and you're like, the harvest will fail. And people are just like, you know what? Get him. Get him.
Wait,
get him out of here.
Consonant, guys. Don't kill the messenger.
I'm just trying to tell that. Oh, no. Yeah, that's funny. Yeah, what's with the wood thing on their neck, though, man?
I don't know. They were like half about to be hanged or something. I don't know. They maybe.
I don't know, man.
Or maybe it's like symbolic of a guillotine, but we're not actually gonna do the guillotine.
It just seems like it's uncomfortable. It just looks like
it just seems pretty snug to me. I would just be worried about it bouncing around while you run and stuff.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's not like moving, but it's still just like something gripping your neck.
Yeah.
You walking through doorways, you get
caught.
caught
On the inside.
Yeah.
Could be, but I don't know. It's still wood. Then I don't even like wearing ties, so I guess maybe that's just me.
Right.
I just don't want nothing on my neck. Heck, if the neck hole of a hoodie is too tight, I get mad. So it might just be me. It could just be a me.
You were Mr. Hoodie though.
See, I like a hoodie, but you got to have some room.
Right, who has a tight hoodie anyway? That goes
Yeah.
against the point of wearing a hoodie.
Well, sometimes you can have a baggy hoodie, but if it's a poor quality hoodie, like the only part that's tight is the neck, and then everything else is baggy, you're just like, dude.
That's a parka.
Yeah. I feel like that's why I used to wear zip-up hoodies. Just because you could just zip it and you're good. You got as much space as you want, no problems. But the dang pullovers, but this isn't about hoodies. It's about the Elden Ring.
Yeah. I like how they have you pick and you pick one of those items to go with you before you even know what the game is about, so you don't even know if anything is good.
Ah, yeah, that's some FromSoft right there.
Yeah.
So pick your
I
gift.
just had my dude. Yeah, I just had that dude put some crawfish in his pocket. So now he's just. I like the idea of just walking around with boiled crawfish in your pocket.
Oh man. I mean, yeah, I can see it. Because you did have jail in your thing, so maybe he was just like, I need it.
This is all I've got.
That's all I've got.
And I was worried the prophet was going to be all holy, healing magic, like, oh, God smiles upon us. But when you get him, he immediately has a fireball. So I guess my fears have been abated.
Oh, no, yeah. Faith magic in this game, or the incantations, are extremely versatile from what I see. And very much, like, they took all the pyromancy spells and basically put them in Faith.
Oh, really?
On top of a bunch of other stuff. Yeah, like, you throwing fireballs and lightning bolts, and you still can heal.
Right, I got heal too. I got fireball and heal.
Oh, see, there you go.
I actually went through the whole beginning of the game with just one. I used your one healing Estus and one FP Estus. But then I was like, why am I even doing this when I have a heal spell? So eventually I just switched it to 4 of the SP or FP.
Yeah, I guess that makes... How much does that heal? Does it have like a decent bit?
It heals just as much as an Estus, I think. Maybe less.
Really? So that should be almost all your health at your level, right?
Yeah, most of the time I use it, it's all my health. So if you're really low, though, it won't get you full, but that's okay.
Yeah, that same thing can happen with the flask sometimes, too.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's interesting because I know the prophet, like I picked the astrologer, and the prophet is like, and the astrologer are basically the same class, but one is faith and the other one is intellect, and that's it. It's like sorcery versus incantations,
right?
And so yeah, it's interesting that we picked classes that are both similar but also on opposite ends of the magical spectrum.
Right, the opposite of the same.
Exactly. Like, we're both squishy mages, but we're two different kinds of squishy mages.
Yeah, and the prophet can fight too. You start with this spear, and I've been wrecking things with this spear the whole game.
Oh, the prophet starts with a spear. I forgot about that. And you got the spear and something like called a finger seal or something, I think they're supposed to have.
Yeah.
That lets them cast the magic? Yeah. What does that thing look like? Is it?
It just looks like a keychain, honestly. It just like with some dog tags on it.
Oh,
like, I don't know.
Yeah, because I'm looking at the astrologer has a staff, so it makes sense. Like, I'm a Gandalf. I got a staff. Yeah, there it is. You totally get it. I'm like, finger seal? What? Like, you gonna be doing hand signs or whatnot? You gonna be
fire style,
lightning's light on, and then you throw a lightning bolt at somebody, or you can use Raikage's lightning armor.
Oh, well, he broke.
Yeah, he is broke. Also, you're not even a mage at that point. You're just a lightning warrior, basically. You're not even.
Yeah, that's Raikage.
That's more of a strength build with just enough intelligence to do the lightning.
Look, I want strength, but how much faith am I going to need to get the lightning? All right, Kage, you're probably going to have to put in like 6 points. Oh, 6? Oh, okay.
I'll just take it out of my decks.
Right, yeah, whatever. I don't need decks. Heck, I only got one hand, so whatever. Yeah, okay, I got you. Cool. Yeah, interesting. Yeah, spear, yeah. Yeah, the astrologer started off with a short sword.
I just got to the point where Kisame died.
All right,
this is triple fist bump. We can't have the Naruto spoilers.
This whole podcast is spoilers.
Yeah, we should just change it to spoilers.
Yeah, he's probably he's got a point there. Just put Kisame spoilers in the title. Kisame spoilers.
Okay, that's gonna be the title.
I like how he died for no reason, just like
he died, just like
we need him out of this arc.
Screw you.
At least you can kind of tell that was more just Kisame enjoying beating someone up. Plus, that was his job to get Killer Bee, but still.
Yeah.
I like how the kid was like, we should be extra careful of Kisame, because he also has one of the legendary swords, and he's super strong. And then literally in the next episode, he dies.
Gets wrecked.
Gets super wrecked.
And when did Killer Bee randomly become a protagonist? I mean, I'm not complaining.
From his first appearance, where he started rapping and trying to get a sandwich.
Yeah, well, the moment Sasuke kicked him in the throat and he just wrote a rhyme afterwards, he knew he wasn't going anywhere.
He became the main character.
He became the character. He is the guy. He is the perfect Jinchuriki.
Started.
Okay, the ring.
Yes, the ring.
Ye tarnished.
Yeah, so I started it up, and I immediately saw like 6 messages on the ground. Like, this game has way more messages than Dark Souls ever did.
Yeah, I think you can start writing messages as soon as the game starts, so everybody.
Yeah, you can write them in the first room. It just gives you the item.
There was also blood stains in the first room, and I don't know how those people died.
I didn't see any blood stains.
Still don't. When I first played on day 1 of release, blood stains were in that room. And I cannot understand how them folks died to this day. I don't know what they did to kill themselves.
It's just, there's nothing in the room to die.
There's nothing there.
And I like how fall damage is virtually non-existent in this game. Like, you can jump from stupid high and not take any damage.
There comes a point. The point will be discovered.
They make you start pressing it like, okay, yeah, no fall damage. You have to jump off a cliff.
Man, there comes a point. But it is way more generous than past games, absolutely.
Way more generous than Dark Souls, where you fall down 1 step on the stairs and you take a little damage.
Well, that was realistic, though. You hurt your ankle. You took a bad stumble, you hurt your ankle.
You hurt your ankle enough to get closer to death?
Yes. Achilles died from an ankle.
Anyway.
Yeah, that was a deep cut. That was deep.
Yeah. I walked out. You open the door. You see this beautiful, I don't even remember what it was. You see this beautiful light, though. You're like, oh, wow, I'm out in the world. You go out adventuring. You walk around, look for items. There are no items.
No berries, even?
I think there was like 1 bush with some berries. Nope, there weren't even any berries. I got my first berries later. So I walk out, and then you're just immediately hit by this Dark Souls boss jumping down with like spears in each of its 6 hands. Yeah, it's got 6 hands of swords and spears, and just I'm here to murder you. You know, I was ready to fight it too. I was so taken aback by getting ambushed by a boss this early with no explanation that I didn't even get to land a hit on it to see how well I might have done. You know, hurt my feelings. Yeah. Wow. So you got immediately hit there. Yeah, it hit me, and then I started running around, but I never like went up to try to hit it myself. Huh.
Yeah, because it fell in front of me and I just started shooting spells out until I ran out of magic. And then I was like, oh man, I wish I had a way to restore my magic. So I pulled out my short sword and my little shield and I was like, ah! And then, the next scene happens. Yes.
Yeah, see, the Prophet doesn't have long range magic. They just have this close range explosion in their hands. So,
oh wow, exploding fist.
Yeah,
that's kind of cool.
It is broke though. I'll tell you about it later, but that move is dumb. You can just stun lock enemies with it. Because
favorite pastime.
It's not fast on its own, but like if you keep pressing the button, he'll just keep. And just back to back use the fire and it'll just stun lock enemies.
Wow.
Bosses will die in 4 hits.
Just like snapping your finger Roy Mustang style? Like what point blank explosions?
It doesn't look like he's snapping, but I swear I hear a snap sound every time he does it.
Might be sneaking it in at the last moment. Like, yeah, this is... But, I don't know. A priest flame punching somebody does seem like a very clear way to be like, yeah, this ain't your average priest.
Yeah.
You thought you knew what this class was going to be. It is not.
Right.
Huh. Interesting. Okay. All right. Flame punch of death, but you wasn't able to hit the dude with it.
No, I never hit him. So then I die and it just transports you and you see the lady on the horse who's like, he sucks, but we can still use him. And then she disappears. And then you go out and that random spirit in a chair is telling you to jump into the well.
You just do it, man. I don't care.
Yeah.
You're a punk. You're a punk, aren't you? You're a punk. You jump into the well, right?
Yeah, so I jump into the well. But the spear alone, I didn't have to use any magic. The spear alone was able to end all the enemies.
Yeah, I can imagine with that range.
Yeah.
And the way them enemies attack, yeah, you was probably just tearing them up. How did you feel about the boss of that section?
I don't even remember the boss because they died so easy.
The dude just, I'm a basic knight.
Oh, really? Oh, yeah, he was just... You just run into those later, though.
Right. You run
if you go down the trail once. Yeah, if you go down the trail after you fight that dude, they're just walking.
Yup.
Yeah, so I was fighting him. I remember him now. I was fighting him and using the spear, but eventually I was like, man, this is kind of slow. I used the fire. He died in 2 hits.
Man, I didn't even get to see his attacks. The boss fight started. I saw a health bar and he was running towards me and I just started flinging glintstone pebbles at him. I just did 3. It was just like ching, 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 and he just died.
Boss defeat.
Yep. Enemy failed. I was like, well, okay. I guess I beat him.
Wow. Such skill.
Right. He just ran. He didn't even try to dodge. You just ran.
Can you imagine the people who pick the warrior and they're like, this is so difficult.
I have to roll. All right, parry. Strike. No, man.
I'm having a hard time finding an opening.
So skilled. I can't wait till I see what the other enemies can do. Yeah, no. That guy. It's such a... I almost feel like that was a joke.
Yeah, why'd they make him weak to magic like that? Like, he should have resisted it or something.
Why did they just make him a guy? As if to be like, you see this big health bar appear, and then just a dude.
Right, it's just a normal enemy. Right. I think his health is the same as a normal enemy, too.
I think it is. Because it took 3 glintstone pebbles to kill the soldiers on the overworld.
Yeah.
And at that point in the game, I think, I had enough mind to cast, 12?
Dang, 12?
Yeah, so...
The sorcerer has a lot of mind.
Yeah, I think I start with the highest one. I think I start with 15.
Yeah, I can only cast 6 flames and only 2 heals.
Yeah,
You just kill 4 soldiers instantly.
Yeah, I think it's exactly 12 because I think it's 7 FP per pebble, and I got 84 FP.
Dang.
Yeah, so it was just like boom, boom, boom. Just
I gotta look at my FP numbers again. I'm sure they're not that high.
yeah, it's 15 mine. It seems to be. I mean, you get a lot of health and FP on level when you level those stats up.
Yeah,
the game seems generous with that. But yeah, no, it's just I just thought the thought of a basic soldier just seems like a joke. You compare it to like Asylum Demon in Dark Souls, which yeah, it was a pushover boss, but at least it looked physically imposing. You know, like
that boss was just a dude.
It's just a dude. All right, but
and the way he runs at you too is like.
Yeah, it's like swing the music too. Like, what?
You can just hear the music.
Enemy defeated.
Enemy. Yes.
Enemy.
I took him seriously too. I was like, okay, here he comes. Let me get off some spells. Shing, shing, shing. Wait, enemy failed.
He was just dead.
He was just dead. I was ready to pull out my short sword after them spells and start, tangoing and
right.
Nope.
You're like, I got a parry.
Right. I'm probably gonna have to parry out the roll to the. Nope. Gone. Just completely gone.
Congratulations. You beat the tutorial.
Enemy failed.
Yeah, so you beat that guy. Yeah, I didn't even remember he existed.
Exactly.
Then you walk out onto the world after exploring the dark a little more. And yeah, I got out into the world, got to that first bonfire, and that dude telling you need a maiden or something. And
maidenless.
But I can help you. I'm definitely not a scammer. I mean, he was actually giving you legit information.
He did give you basically legit information. Outside of making fun of you for not having a maiden, he did kind of just tell you what to
do. Also, I like how when you were telling us about when you first started, you said you couldn't level up yet, even though you literally the next place you go to, they let you level up. You hadn't even gone to the second bonfire yet.
Nope. Well, you have to visit 3. I found out in the overworld.
Oh, just any 3?
Any 3. Well,
wait, that doesn't make sense.
I think it's any 3 that has to. Well, it has to be on the overworld, and it has to have that arrow on it. I think.
The Arc of Light.
Yeah, I think it's like the 3rd one of those. Out of the game, but it's still kind of odd.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, it's in the first 5 minutes you could get the level ups. It's not far.
You give me an open world, I'm going to explore. And the thing is, right in that area is 2 separate dungeons that you can go into.
I did the exact same thing as you.
I'm
just saying, it is just right there. It's not far at all.
No, like, the thing is, only people going out of their way will miss it. 90% of people are just gonna be like, "Oh, so I just follow the light, right? Whatever," and they'll just run and get it. And they'll be like, "Yeah, I can level up."
The lady walks up to you so creepily too, like, "Hi, you want a maiden?"
I'll be your maiden.
Yeah, she just walks up and like does this stoop next to you, just like, "Yeah, what up?"
Yeah, and then she stares at you I thought every time you rested at a bonfire from then on, she would just be sitting there stooping and staring at you. But she just never popped up again. You just level up out of thin air now.
Hey, guy. Hey. I like how my guy was sitting down. He wasn't even looking at her. He was just like, yeah, whatever.
Yeah, mine neither. He just looked off in the distance.
Yep. Like, who cares? Yep.
He's like, hello.
You're a maiden? Whatever. Don't care.
You signed a contract. I didn't tell you your end of the bargain, but
you're gonna have to do something that you'll probably regret once you know what it is.
Here's a horse.
He chose you.
No, he didn't. She just gave you the whistle.
Nah, he just sniffed you. He was like, "This dude's dead, man." Oh, wait, I guess he's not. Well, there it is. Yeah, but she was nice enough to let you. She read your palm, which is a lot of trust at a certain first meeting to just grab somebody's hand and start inscribing runes onto their body. But it's just like you just feel like you think you want a certain level of trust before somebody just starts imbuing you with magic.
Right? Couldn't you just get cursed?
Yeah, exactly. She could just like, and you shall be the Dung-Eater, and you just like, that's it, done, cursed. A big boil comes out of your hand.
She's very suspicious, but I haven't gone to the next bonfire to see why. Also, you can't even talk to her. Like, you can go to that merchant dude in who's off the path, but you can't even talk to her. She just pops up, says she'll level you up. Your dude's like, okay, and then there's no more talk.
Yeah, it's, there's opportunities and stuff at certain spots and locations. Wait a minute, you met her inside the church?
No, I met her at the front of that village. I'm just saying there's
front of the village at the gate.
The merchant dude in the church who's dressed like Santa Claus.
That weirded me out. That dude.
Yeah, you can talk to him. Although I wonder what happens if you just kill him. Like, just what happens? You just get his stuff?
You get something. You do get something.
You get the Santa outfit?
Unfortunately not. Unfortunately not the Santa outfit.
Did you do that?
Oh, no, I didn't, but I know somebody who did.
Oh.
You just get stuff.
Yeah, you just get stuff. I'll say you don't lose anything except for the fact that, that guy thought you was cool. He even shared to you the creed of wanderers who, like, hey, we don't mess with anybody. And if somebody messes with us, we'll come at them with everything we got. Do you just kill them afterwards?
Yeah, the first thing he says to you is, hey, it looks like you were not trying to kill me. And then you just kill him.
Exactly, right.
It's kind of messed up.
Dude, yeah. Morally, you lose, but, you don't actually lose anything.
Yeah, So I got to that first bonfire. And, of course, I see the tree sentinel sitting right there. And so, like any sane person would do, I crouched and followed behind him.
Right.
And just to see how much damage I would do, I pulled out the spear and started hitting him. It did a good 63 damage. I was like, oh.
Okay.
That was nothing in comparison to what his health bar was, but it was still like, if I was some ultra gamer with ultra skills, this is actually doable. Like within a good 10 minutes, If
you just don't get hit for the whole 10 minutes.
Right.
You can win. You did successfully do damage.
But yeah, I hit him, and then he turned around immediately, and then the music just starts up. Oh!
Yeah.
You stabbed his horse in the butt. Of course he attacked you.
The music was just so fast, though. It's like as soon as the spear touched him, and he turned around, it immediately swung at me. Like there was no hesitation at all. I thought he would turn to look. It was just immediately. And so I dodged and like kept trying to pick at him. But he rides around so fast. And I just kept dodging and running. And eventually he just caught up to me. My dude flew like 10 feet in the air.
Yep.
And it was just dead.
That's it. That's it.
I saw that happen to you, Chris, and it was just dumb.
It was terrible.
I don't know why his body
so I went back.
To have physics like that, they just added it in.
That's just how hard he hit you. And so I went back to get my stuff. I'm like, this time I'm gonna open with Catch Flame because that does massive damage in comparison. It did less damage than the spear. And then he just slashed me up again. and I died.
Same uppercut slash.
So the third time I was like, okay, this guy can be beaten, but I'm not ready to beat him yet. So I went, grabbed my stuff, and was just chilling, right? Hunting goats. What's with those goats anyway?
Craft material. It's weird though. They are oddly aggressive.
No, I'm talking about why do they roll? I ran up to one.
That was
they started doing the roly poly.
Yeah. Yeah.
One actually just got away from me out of sheer confusion.
That buddy accidentally get killed by one of those in the boss fight.
What?
He just rolled into him.
Yeah, while he was fighting the boss, it just rolled into him. And just did that last bit of damage. Even the boss was just like, what? Huh?
Was he winning the fight too?
He was close. The boss was probably down to his last quarter health. So if he played a good game, he could have probably killed the boss in 2 or 3 hits.
But
that goat just clipped him. Guard completely down, not paying attention.
Imagine looking at a bloodstain like that. You see him down like, what happened?
Yeah, the bloodstains are hilarious. I saw a dude who was surrounded by guys, and he was just rolling and dodging everything. But on one roll, he just rolled and was flat on the ground. Like he did not get up.
Hey man, he was doing it. He was doing it for a minute. For a minute, he was doing it.
You couldn't see the enemy, so it looked like he was skillfully dodging, right? You're like, oh man, he dodged that move, and then he just dodged and was just laying there. He was done.
My favorite one, it's so many of them, I can't even pick a favorite. But one of the funniest ones I probably saw the other day was just, I walked into a cave with entrance, and there was a blood stain right in front of it. And when I hit the blood stain, you see like the guy's body comes up, and he runs into the cave face. Mm-hmm. And then a second later, he just starts running out, and then his body falls right outside the cave.
I was going to see him turn around.
Yeah, he just starts beelining out of the cave. And I'm like, what?
What can you see that will make you immediately run like that?
I don't know.
In a game like Elden Ring, though?
Right, you're expecting stuff to be stupid. So for him to just immediately run, it's like, what did you see?
I just, at that time, I walked in with my shield up. That's all I did. I put the shield up, and I was like, well, okay. There's something in here, clearly. And it was. I think, honestly, he probably went in that cave first and aggroed something and then backed out and maybe thought that he could get back in, like sneak in.
Oh, again. It was still there.
Yeah, and it was just like, nah, fam, I am on the stairs now.
Yeah, those enemies will chase you forever. You have to like turn around 3 corners before they'll stop chasing you.
Oh, no, it's... Yeah, some of the faster ones, too, can be super aggressive because you're just... Yeah. You cannot get away.
So I had tried to get that goat, right? And I missed, so the spear hit the ground. And that's when I saw the goat roll away. And out of sheer confusion, I just watched it, right? But then I turn around, and I see the tree sentinel standing in the bushes next to me, just staring.
Oh, no.
It was weird, though. He just stared for like 10 seconds. I'm like, oh, okay. So he doesn't attack unless you attack. And then the music started. Oh! And rolled at and just sliced my dude again. It wasn't even like he was looking for me. I was clearly standing right there. He was
weirded out. Like, what is that dude?
He was probably confused by the goat too. Wait, what did that just do?
Why is it
I'm the
rolling?
tree sentinel, but I never saw. The wildlife in this game is so weird.
It's odd. There's some odd animals doing some weird stuff.
What about those dragonflies that you could just never catch? I guess you're a mage, so it's easy to catch them.
Oh, yeah, I shoot them out of the but they'll sometimes juke.
You should feel the pain of trying to hit those things with a spear.
Hey, look, I had to sword them a couple of times with a short sword. like an actual short sword. Like, it is no range on it, basically. And it's not pretty. You just run up, jump, and do jump attacks. You hope that you for the best. Just hope for the best.
I'd imagine the sword jump attack doesn't even aim up though. It just slashes.
Nah, it's just a big slash.
Like the spear aims up, but the dragonfly still just flies just above its range and just jukes in and out.
I can only think about that tree sentinel.
It was so bad.
I know this is kind of your story to tell, Chris, but I remember when you were being chased by him because he had spotted you.
Oh, wait, yeah. No, I have to tell this. So, the last time the tree sentinel saw me, I was trying to sneak past him, but, I heard the music start up and just ran.
Oh, wow.
And so, I'm running, and I get out of the bushes, because, the bushes are there, so he sees you if you try to hide in the bushes. So I'm trying to run along the trail and just dodge as he gets close to stay away from his attacks. And luckily, there's this building, this church over here. So I go and I run in the church. He stops right at the entrance of the church and is like, oh, it looks like he could wedge himself in, but luckily he wasn't smart enough to do so. So I see him stand there for a second and then just go past the church.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I see him stand there a second and then just go past the church. And so I'm like, oh, okay, I'm safe. And then I just hear boom, boom, boom. Yep. And the top of the church, the stones just start falling off. Yep. And I discovered that the church is just two walls. An entrance and the side that I was going in on, there was a wall. But on the other side, there is no wall. So, and it's forever been called the trash church from now on. That's what I've called it since then. But in the trash church, there are no walls. So he just rode on in from the outside, still blowing up the church as he attacked, and just hit me. The merchant was sitting here watching all this too. He was just standing in his fire like, has nothing to do with me. And just, I got blown up inside the church.
Yeah, that.
And then realized there was a site of grace outside.
Right, and then going to get my stuff, realized there was a site of grace right there.
Well, you didn't see the site of grace in the church at that time?
No, I was too busy watching it blow up.
Oh, man. If you would have hit that thing, he'd have just vanished. Mid-explosion.
You don't know how many times I've used that.
The
site of grace to just vanish enemies that are chasing me.
Sometimes I had a guy riding on me out on a horse. One of them dudes, the big, long sword, off to the east.
The curved sword?
Yep. He was just dragging it on the ground. And I was just like, man, I ain't got time for sat down. And there he was gone. He's just like, yep.
This man chilling.
Damn, I can't hit him while he's chilling. Shoot, I wouldn't want nobody hitting me while I'm chilling. Get respect. There's a code to the streets of Elden Ring. Can't be hitting people like that. So yeah, that comes in handy too. Like bosses destroying parts of a building. There are sometimes items on buildings that you get by having a boss destroy part of it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's kind of cool.
That is cool.
You lured an enemy into a build just to see if he'll attack the structure. And yeah, you get some stuff.
Tree Sentinel just blew up the church.
Yeah, the Tree Sentinel was the perfect introduction to the game.
Yeah, it is. It teaches you so much.
I was done when he just started blowing up the church. Like, what? I see the stones falling off of it.
And you just know how designed that was. Like, they knew that, okay, a lot of people are going to try to fight this thing because it's the first enemy you see. And even veterans of the game who weren't following it super closely, They wouldn't expect a boss to just be in the open environment chilling most of the time like that. So then you know everyone's gonna run up and give this guy a go, and then when the music starts and the health bar appears, some people are gonna stand and fight, but others are probably gonna try to run. And the closest building there is the church. So of course,
the trash
people
church. Say it right.
Yeah, the trash church.
The trash church out there. So people are going to run into the trash church, not realizing it's trash for protection. And then look at this guy. His AI seems, like you said, to just stand at the door to give you a split-second feeling of safety. Because you're like, oh, okay. It's cool. He won't come in. And I feel like the music almost like eases a little bit. As if to be
I wasn't
like
paying enough attention.
Yeah, like, yeah, you know, like it's still playing, but it's like, okay, yeah, you stuck. And then all this, like a horror movie, explosion sounds, and then he's just in there with you, swinging. Yeah. And now you feel like you're in a prison because if your body is against the wall, yeah, you're probably not going to survive. You're not going to survive. Just perfect.
Well, the merchant happily watches.
Oh yeah, well, you
just
know,
there.
Whoever loses, he wins. Somebody got to spend them runes. He the only person to spend runes on.
Right, and if you drop the runes, you could just take them.
That's it. Yeah, you're right there. It's whatever.
Hey, thanks, Tree Sentinel dude. You want to share?
No. I just do it for the fun of it.
Alright, more for me. It picks up all your runes.
That's it.
Yeah, so I see why people would like this game more than Zelda, because it does have dungeons just everywhere.
And I wasn't happy that Zelda didn't really have dungeons.
See, I didn't care about
In
my
opinion, Divine Beast did not replace dungeons at all.
I don't think anyone thought Divine.
The Beast. The Beasts are their own little thing. But I want a dungeon. I would even take Skyward Sword style dungeons. He said it!
Skyward Sword? That game is trash.
Gordon, what if I said 10 hours of tutorial.
What if I said that a lot of Breath of the Wild's ideas came from
they Skyward Sword?
The Zelda people literally said that.
Yeah, but some people gotta start acting like it was all bad, man. Some good stuff in that game.
I'm sure the dungeons were good.
The dungeons were excellent. Everything else was the problem.
It's just that there was too much tutorial.
Yeah, there was no open world, really. It was an open linear world.
Well, it was an open world of empty sky. So
that's open.
What are you gonna do? It's open. You can fly anywhere.
There's nothing to do.
Yeah.
I mean, wasn't that No Man's Sky when it first came out?
You can do whatever you want because there's nothing to do.
Oh, man, No Man's Sky.
Anyway, though.
But yeah, no, like this. But you kind of see what when I was saying that this game, the conversation between this game and Breath of the Wild is, I can see why people want to have it, and I could definitely see why people would prefer one over the other one. But I kind of like both of them. Yeah, like they're both amazing, and they're both interesting in what they do. I think they kind of chose to focus on different things, and that's cool.
Right, because you don't get to interact with the environment in Elden Ring like you do Breath of the Wild.
Right.
But you don't get to fight things like you do in Elden Ring.
Exactly. Like, the Tree Sentinel by itself puts you through more than even the toughest Lionel would in Breath of the Wild.
Right.
Like, it really is just...
Tell me why Lionels are stronger than Ganon.
Because
Ganon... See, an old dog won't learn new tricks, apparently. And Ganon was just... He's just like, yeah, I'm a cloud monster now. I don't,
And Chris here is the Lionel Hunter. I have a friend who's the Lionel Hunter, too. I'm the Guardian Hunter and Guardian Visitor.
You keep calling me the Lionel Hunter, but I've literally only fought 2 Lionels ever.
Or beat 2 Lionels.
Yeah, I killed like 25 Lionels.
I got bored of fighting them after the first couple.
That's my friend. Killed infinite amounts of Lionels. And shot ancient arrows at a Lionel, which I've never let him live down. Like, he was jumping off from a cliff with the Great Eagle bow, and he was gonna bombard him with bomb arrows, and then shot a bunch of ancient arrows instead, and
Lionel just vanished from existence.
Yep.
Lionel out of existence.
And you didn't get nothing for it. No drops, no items, anything.
No, all evaporated.
Gone. You didn't get his shield with the blade on it or the triple shot bow. Nothing. That's the only reason I was killed so many Lionels is just I like that triple shot bow.
Yeah, it's like the only triple shot bow you can get besides the Great Eagle bow.
Yep.
Plus, don't they have that 5-shot bow?
Maybe that's like a certain level of Lionel.
Yeah, I think it was like if you
like
beat
the white
Savage
gold
Lionel, you get a 5-shot bow.
Ah. Yeah, I played
Before-
Breath of the Wild again. Yeah.
Yeah. Before we end the podcast, I want to give a shout out to the hype men. You walk into this certain cave, this cave that leads to an island, actually. But there are all these, like, they're called demi-humans, I think, inside of it. And when you fight them, one of them fights you, and the other one just sits in the back and screams the whole time. So they're forever. I know them as the hype men now.
Oh, yeah. There was a guy screamed at me and it did damage.
Wait, what? What?
Yeah. Some guys yelled at me and I got hit in the back by the yell and it did damage to me.
Oh, was that the giant?
No, it was like some dudes on the ground. I think they were called... They weren't demi-humans.
Mm.
It was something else. Something with an M. They're in a castle in the south.
I haven't gotten to any castles yet. I can't wait to get to a castle.
Oh, man, it's it's so many places to go. All I'm going to say is... I'll say two things.
This game is not better than Breath of the Wild, and Breath of the Wild is not better than this game.
That's a good two things.
Yeah, that is a good two things. Yeah, screw it. There. Done. We did it.
Oh, I also want to clarify, a triangle strategy does not have 100 recruitable characters. I don't know why I thought that. Well, actually, I know.
Lot.
Yeah, it does have a lot, though. I just wanted to throw that out there.
I mean, 100 unique characters with unique abilities,
Right,
would be kind of crazy.
I just saw the inside cover that shows all the characters and thought that was just everyone you could recruit.
That's a terrible inside cover, by the way.
Yeah, it's terrible. Like, I don't want to see all the characters in the game. That's spoilers.
Oh, man. Oh, the physical version is just everybody? Does it like include villains and stuff too?
Yes.
It shows everyone.
Does it show anything that looks like a god?
Yes.
No, actually.
Oh, thank goodness.
Well, not a god, but
Okay,
I
cool.
got the biggest spoiler ever. It was really sad because inside there's this barrel.
Oh, Final Form Gustadolf?
No, it had like
Oh, the barrel.
yeah, it was a barrel with like a wind-up key on his.
I haven't gotten to recruit the barrel yet, but that is a recruitable unit. Yeah, I'm kind of mad I knew that one existed too.
Yeah,
Like a bomb, but it's like a barrel?
No, I really want it, but now I know it exists. Which
You know,
all the fun.
you have to level up that Benedict. You know that's where it is. It's in the Benedict conviction.
Maybe it's like the
You know-
barmaid and like the blacksmith got together, and it was like, with my wine barrels and your hammer, we're going to create something. Maybe they made
They
an
just make a
automaton.
barrel.
I mean, this dude can make turrets. I'm pretty sure he can make an automaton.
Yeah, I still haven't gotten to the point where he's making turrets, but that's a talk for a different day. Elden Ring is fun, and I didn't expect it to be as hilarious as it is, but almost every time I've died has just killed me with laughter.
Yeah. Yeah, this game overworld just generates hilarity. Just hilarity. Like killing something and then accidentally getting crushed by the thing you killed. Hilarity.
Or the bosses just, oh, this boss is tough, but then I use catch flame and they die in 2 hits. You'd be surprised how many bosses that happen with. It's just a lot of them have just been skipped. Because of fire.
Magic. One of my buddies plays a 100% physical build. Mm-hmm. I'm a big man with a big weapon and no pants. That's his character.
Oh, he's a hero.
Yes.
Even though it doesn't look heroic.
When a hero comes along. Yeah, he's a hero.
I need a hero.
I need a hero. Da, 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 da. But yes. And hearing his play style, the desperate struggles he's had with enemies, where it's like tooth and nail to the last wire, they're clashing blades and crushing, and he's dealing tons of damage but taking tons of damage. And then I'm like, man, like I walked into a room and I swung my staff like ping, 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 dead.
There was a dude behind me. He surprised me, but I got him in time.
Yep, I got him. I got him.
You know it's bad when you get ambushed by an enemy and it's not even scary.
Yeah.
Yeah, my battles basically come down to, could I keep them out or could I get in? One of those two I win. Like the spear keeps them out and the catch flame wins.
So that's close. A nice combo. Yeah, my style was, can I snipe them from a distance? Yes, I'll win. If they get in close,
can I get away?
Yeah, exactly. Pull out the short sword and just roll out the way. You know, just keep rolling, and then when I get a little bit far, cast. Because the pebble casts so fast that you could dodge a weapon attack and just retaliate with a spell, and then dodge another attack. So you can play combat mage, where you're just in the thick of it, just rolling and counterspelling people, literally.
That sounds like the most frustrating thing ever to fight.
Oh God, the bosses don't look like they're having a good time. I'll tell you what.
Imagine invading someone and then they just keep doing that. You're just like,
oh yes, great.
Also, oh yeah, they invade you like that.
Mm-hmm.
But also the do you know how the ashes work? I got 2 of them, but I'm scared to use them because in the consumable or reusable area where it usually tells you, it doesn't say anything. So I don't know if they disappear or what.
Okay, when you use the Ash of War on a weapon, you can put it in, and the weapon will take on the qualities of that Ash of War. That said, if you remove it, I do believe the original ability will stay on the weapon.
Wait, no, I have ashes that like summon spirits, though.
Oh, well, you see, there's different ashes. You're talking about the spirit summoning, so like the ones that summon like the wolves and stuff.
Yeah, I have one that summons like 5 warriors.
Okay. All right. Okay, this is tricky. You found something before you found another thing.
I'm not supposed to have this.
Do you have a bell?
No.
Okay.
I mean, the most valuable thing I have is a cracked pot, so.
Oh man, I said screw those crack pots. I know the dungeon. You went to one of the dungeons I went to early on. Yeah, they got the 5. Like the lords.
The dude sells you a crack pot, but you can just find it in a dungeon.
Just find it in a dungeon. This is right there. I mean, you carry multiple crack pots, so if you really want to craft fire bombs, you can go right on ahead.
No use when you can make fire with your hand.
Have you been traveling at night?
No, it's mostly day in this game, isn't it? It's like
there's a time it rotates very slowly, but if you go to a site of grace, you can pass time to progress it. Well, it's just there's a certain spots you probably want to visit at nighttime.
Okay,
and that will lead you on your path.
Because I've wanted to use these ashes, but I don't want it to be like, you just summon 5 super powerful spirits. And then they beat one enemy and leave.
When you do gain the ability to use it, you could use them forever. I mean, you can just keep using. Like it's just another tool. In fact, you can upgrade them at a certain point. You can make Lord Ashes +1, +2.
Oh wow!
And buff them up even more.
So I just can't use them yet. I need one of those bells or whatever.
Yeah, you just visit some places you've been to at night and look around.
Okay, it's so bright at night in this game though. Like you can't really tell it's night because it's still really light. It's just blue.
Oh yeah, well, you'll know though. When you see it, you'll know. You'll be like, "What? What are you? What are you?" And then you'll know. You'll know. Melena's not the only person randomly showing up. I'd just say that.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Can you just deny her and have a new maiden? Just like, no, I want a less creepy maiden.
You can deny everybody. You can deny the ability to get the dang bell.
Wow.
Yep. You just deny it all if you want.
And that's all the time we got. Thank you for tuning into Triple Fist Bump. And with that, Triple Fist Bump out.
The Loathsome Dung-Eater.
That is perfectly 1 hour.
We did it.
Once it's edited.
Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, it won't be. It'll be like 40-something minutes. Dun, dun, dun.
No.
Dun, dun.